بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We deem it necessary to correctly explain all subjects in Islam with accuracy. We deem it necessary in Islam to be technical regarding every matter. But when it comes to the matter of the Shia, we forget about accuracy in Islam. We forget about technical details. First and foremost, with regards to Shia and Sunni within Islam, when Allah revealed the last ayah to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was no Shia and Sunni in Islam. And up till today, there are no Sunni and Shia in the Quran. But it was after political conflicts emerged. It was after this that the Shia and the Khawarij and the Mu'tazila came about. That scholars needed a term for the mainstream community who did not break away from the mainstream community of the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, especially after the assassination of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala anhu. It was during this time that the scholars needed to come up with a term so that we know who was the mainstream community who did not break away from the path of the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu. It is with sadness, yes, that from amongst the Shia are those who swear at the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu. But from amongst the Shia are those who don't swear at any of the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And what did our classical scholars say exactly? What are we afraid about that we refuse to listen or hear what our classical scholars had to say on the matter? What are we afraid of to hear what they had to say? We don't? Well, okay then, let's go. قال الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى البدعة لا تقدر بالتكفير. Imam An-Nawawi, he says that bid'ah, that innovation does not necessitate disbelief. وقال إمام ابن تيمية رحمه الله تعالى الشيعة فيهم. Imam Ibn Taymiyyah, he says, and amongst the Shia are those man huwa muslimun mubtadi', who are Muslim innovators. Listen to what he says. He still recognizes them as Muslims. وقال الإمام أبو حنيفة رحمه الله تعالى أيضا. Imam Abu Hanifa, he also says لا نكفر أحدا, that we do not declare anyone من أهل القبلة who is from the people of the Qibla, we do not declare them to be disbelievers. People who do what? Who faces the Qibla when they perform Salah. So what does this mean when we hear that a alim or a brother calls the Shia kuffar? It means that that alim or brother is misleading the public in not explaining that not all Shia are out of the fold of Islam, or the brother are just totally ignorant. He is misguided within his knowledge, or he doesn't have knowledge on the issue. In actual fact, I am surprised that when it comes to the topic of the Shia, that the ulama, or many of them, does not explicitly state who exactly our classical scholars stated to be kuffar and who they stated to still be within the fold of Islam regarding that of the Shia. A more comprehensive statement is that Yusuf al-Qaradawi rahimahullah ta'ala said, Ash-Shi'atu Muslimun, that the Shia are Muslim, nakhtalifu ma'ahum, we differ with them, wa la nukaffiruhum, but we do not declare them disbelievers. This is of course excluding those of them whom the classical ulama has labeled out of Islam. Now similarly, We can go through statements of Imam al-Dhahabi, rahimahullah ta'ala, including many others. The point being that not all Shia are kuffar. The point being that a Muslim innovator are not necessarily a kafir. And if we use the narration that every innovation is misguidance and every misguidance is in hellfire, if we use this to declare takfir on all Shias, then there is something defective in our understanding of this hadith, and this is a very serious mistake in Islamic scholarship, which we will explain in detail soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.